For this review, I am trying to figure out which soft wallet I want to use for my cryptocurrency. You can see some of my other videos where I went through Shakepay, Newton, BitBuy, and Coinberry as ways to get my Canadian fiat into a cryptocurrency. In the end, I'm really settling between Shakepay and Newton. Shakepay is slightly more expensive on the transactions. However, with the ability to shake the phone every day, I get more than that difference back in Satoshis. And Shakepay is just clean and I quite like it. Newton is definitely cheaper, slightly cheaper. And they also have this massive update that's coming out in the next week or so. So maybe Newton might sway me, but I'm tied between Shakepay and Newton right now. And so I'm now thinking, what do I do with the cryptocurrency once I have it? Well, I've come across 4 themes. Some people hold for a very long time with the intention of just down the road, it'll be the future, it'll be the way people transact, and if you have the crypto now, it'll become worth a lot more. Retirement plan, I suppose. 2 is try and get into trading it on a daily basis and a regular basis and timing the market. I'm still trying to figure out if it's best to use a wallet with an exchange or just go straight to an exchange. That's going to be a future video. Staking some of the tokens and currencies that a person has, try and earn some interest on the fund. So it's kind of a hold and stake, kind of get 2 earnings at the same time, or buy stuff. Now, when it comes to buying things, I don't see the advantage just yet. There are some dApps that are available for maybe playing some games. I was very interested in Decentraland a few years back, but it's just out of my price range. I'm dealing with the hundreds of dollars. So I'm going to try and look at each of these wallets from the point of view of staking and possibly a little bit of trading to see where things go. So we're going to start with Exodus, and I'm going to go through Exodus, Trust, and Atomic. All right. So Exodus has a little bit of a reputation as being one of the best looking apps. It is very nicely designed. It shows you your total portfolio breakdown. You can change the way you sort things. You can go by market cap, 24-hour change, and so on. I'll just do it by portfolio value so I know which things I actually have. You can add or remove the visibility of some of these coins and tokens. You can search for things and then toggle them on or off if you want to be able to see them or not see them. Okay. You can set the currency to be Canadian, which is good for me. And there are a variety of other currencies available, quite a few compared to some of the other apps I've played with. Okay. And there's the restore wallet from your 12-word phrase. For security, you can use the 12-word, you can have a passcode, and you can use Touch ID. Now, this is a non-custodial wallet, which, as far as I understand, feel free to correct me in the comments, means that Exodus doesn't actually have access to all of my funds. That if they were to be hacked or if something was to happen, the company was to go down, my funds are still secure through my 12-word phrase as sort of seed words to be able to generate my wallets in a different app or different location. And all 3, I believe, are non-custodial. I haven't been able to get a clear answer on the Trust one. Exodus does have a desktop as well as Atomic. Trust does not have a desktop version, so there are some features in the desktop that weren't available here in the app, particularly getting interest on the DAI. If I look on DAI, there's not much I can do with it other than sort of just have it. On the desktop, it did give me the option to earn 0.9% interest, so I haven't really played with that too much. Okay, so on earning income, I can stake within the Exodus app. I do wish there was a spot that I could tap that would just show me all of the tokens and coins that give me the ability to earn an income on them. It doesn't. You have to kind of just either look at their list online and see that, oh, hey, Atom is something that I can, Atom Cosmos is something that I can stake. And you'll see up here in the top right, there's a settings icon. And now it gives me the ability to enter a certain amount that I want to stake and earn some income on it. So a few weeks ago, and I've earned 0.0176. I could claim them now, but apparently if you read the descriptions, it's better to let it pile so you don't pay a fee on each time that you claim your rewards. If I go to a different coin, like Mana, there is no, in the top right corner, you can see there is no settings or options or ability for me to stake or do anything with. But it does kind of jump around. Like if I go to the XTZ Tezos, now it's not the same setting symbol up in the top right, it's this other symbol. And gave me the option to stake and earn, they're anticipating 5.7%. I believe that's an annual percentage, not a 30-day percentage. Either way, I do have the ability to stake. It's just a matter of looking on their website to figure out which things I can stake and then tapping on those tokens and earning a little income. So I've on-ramped with Newton or Shakepay, and I have it in Exodus. Okay, let's take a look at Atomic. Atomic is similar to Exodus in that it has a similar interface. It also has a desktop version that's available. It's a little easier to stake, as in the bottom right hand corner you can see if I tap staking, it instantly lists all of the things that can be staked. So I don't have to hunt around and look through. And there they've made it clear that it's a yearly yield of 10%, and I would be able to stake into Atomic. The one thing that has me very nervous with Atomic, but maybe it's more just they're being more upfront, is Atomic's fees. What is the fee to buy cryptocurrency? So the fee to buy cryptocurrency operations is composed of. Now, it's such a weird sentence. The fee for buying cryptocurrency operations. I don't know why they have that operations part. It may be because Atomic is actually based out of Estonia, or I don't understand why they're having this word operations. So they take a 2% fee and a minimum deposit of $10 per operation. I think they mean per purchase, as opposed to per trade, because that would be crazy. I think that's what's happening there. Otherwise, Atomic Wallet would be right off the charts. You would never be able to trade anything if they were taking a minimum $10 every single time. But that's in the purchasing. And again, like I said earlier, I wouldn't use any of these wallets for getting cryptocurrencies into the wallet. I would use Newton or Shakepay to purchase and then transfer over. But that little bit there made me kind of wonder. And being based out of Estonia, I was like, is that good or bad? I don't know. With the Coinbase fiasco going on right now, with the concern about them aligning to be able to share data easier with some of the government agencies, maybe it's better to be outside of the country, but then I don't really want to be in a Chinese-based app either. Anyways, so staking is fairly straightforward in terms of figuring which things to stake. And if I look at, say, Tezos, it's the same interface, stake or not stake. It doesn't have different symbols. So it's a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more simple. So that is the Atomic. It also has a 12-word backup. It also is non-custodial. There are a couple other things that Atomic has. Let's go into the settings here. You can see airdrop. I haven't participated in any of the airdrop. I think what happens is somehow I get AWC, the Atomic Wallet coin. Maybe that's what that stands for. If somebody does a referral. Here is local currency. You can see, yes, I can have Canadian dollar. if I want to be able to see things in terms of Canadian dollars. These are all Canadian prices, CAD. Okay, let's jump over and take a look at Trust Wallet now. So Trust Wallet is an interesting situation. It is USA. It's based out of San Francisco, but it was bought by Binance, one of the bigger exchanges, and I believe Chinese-based. So I have mixed feelings about Trust. It also does not have a desktop version. But what it does, and you can do staking. I'll tap on the top here where it says finance. So it quickly shows me what things I can stake. And in the staking, I was quite happy to see this, though it did open up more questions. If I look at the Tezos, for example, or even the Cosmos, we'll do Cosmos. So they're saying 7%. So Atomic was saying 10%. Trust is saying 7%. And Exodus is saying 5.7%. But it may depend on where it's being validated. So if I tap on the more and I choose stake, it shows me the validator, but I can also go in and choose a different validator. There's all these different validators. So of course, typical cryptocurrency situation, now I have to go and start researching all these different validators and decide which one would I go with and how do I choose which validator and so on. But that is a great feature, I think, to be able to choose that, where the other ones have already set up their relationship. But maybe they've set up with only the ones that are more trustworthy. So maybe there's security that comes from Atomic or Exodus. I'm not sure. But that's a feature that Trust Wallet had that the other ones has, that the other ones don't. It also gives the ability to stake a few different currencies. This is the only one that has Kava, and the only one, I don't know how to pronounce it, ALGO, Algorand. So that's different. It does have this area of collectibles, but I think it's a feature they're considering for the future or something. I don't really know what it is. It had the ability to have multiple wallets. So you can have different wallets to show different coins. So you might make a wallet that's all your staking, and then make a wallet that's your exchanging or trading, and make a wallet that you're holding. I haven't played around with that, but that looks great if that's what that does. As well, ERC20. So I've been listening to lots of podcasts. I'm very interested in the Ethereum 2.0 and Rocket Pool and be able to join in on that when it eventually goes live. And I wanted to buy some RPL tokens. I could not figure out how to get it. I read some tutorials, and currently inside Trust Wallet app is this ability to have like a browser interface, and I was able to very easily link it to Uniswap and make a transaction to trade some Ethereum, I believe I did, with for some RPL, and then it automatically went in and they supported it. So when I read the tutorials on Atomic and wanted to figure out how to add a custom token, so first off, it says add a token. To add a token, you can scan this or copy the Ethereum address. So, all right, I'm going to go over to Trust, and I'll try and send some tokens to here. So copy, paste. I'll just try and send one just to see that it works in case something fails. So done, next. And the last time I tried this, it said that there was an error. Something went wrong, I believe it said, and it wasn't able to do it. Oh, it looks like it's going to work this time. So who knows what went wrong? Let's try this. Send. Oh, it says it was sent. Okay. So what I'm curious now is, will this appear in... Okay, it's gone. So that's definitely left. Will it appear now as an RPL token in my Atomic wallet? Will I now have a new symbol in my Atomic wallet? Okay, it hasn't appeared here yet. It might take a little bit. If it does, then it automatically creates a new token, then that's wonderful. If it just vaporized and went to nowhere, then that's sad. Or maybe somehow I have to go online and use Etherscan and be able to click down on this ETH wallet and be able to see what's inside of there. I don't know. So I'm checking back a little bit later, and if I go RPL, it shows I have one token for Rocket Pool, and it's getting the correct amount. But I want to take you over to Exodus and show you something. So in Exodus, there was no way to add any custom tokens. When I went into settings, I could not find anything to ERC20 custom tokens. So I reached out to their customer service and I received this email. Thank you for reaching out. I'm afraid that you won't be able to manage unsupported tokens or custom ERC20 assets in the Exodus wallet, since these assets would not be displayed in the wallet. Managing these assets would require you to export your private key, which is a big risk to take. I believe downloading and using another wallet, such as my crypto desktop wallet from here, will be a better and safer alternative. This will allow you to keep your private keys from being exposed, and in addition for making token management exceedingly simple. So, perhaps for the ERC20 tokens that are not supported, instead of creating a custom token like I did in Atomic, I would be better off using this My Crypto desktop app. Now, I do have a laptop computer, so I am going to check that out and see if I can send some crypto there and see how it works. Again, more questions opened up than being answered. Okay, so that's the ERC20 tokens. So a couple honorable mentions that have my interest for wallets. Uphold. So I ended up getting the Uphold wallet because I downloaded and installed the Brave browser, and I've been using the Brave browser for a while and quite liking it. Trying to figure out if it'll actually replace Chrome for me or not, but I have been doing general browsing on it just for a couple weeks, and I've earned 21 cents worth of Brave BAT tokens, so we'll see. I'm getting paid to use a different web browser. Not too bad. It does have a transaction interface. Doesn't have the staking that I was able to find, and seems to be a bit more of a I don't know, a simpler app, I guess. It does support Canadian fiat currency and so on. So maybe if I ignore the staking aspect, this might become a favorite wallet. It does interface nice with the Brave browser, and it does have the web app. The other one is the Bread wallet. You will have seen that I used this wallet in some of the other videos. Again, very simple wallet. You can store things. I'm not sure if, I can't remember now, was this a non-custodial? Okay, and then Jack's Liberty and Coinomy, I checked them out a little bit, but maybe it was fatigue, or I just found myself continually coming back to Exodus, Trust, or Atomic. An interesting comparison would be to look at Exodus, Trust, and Atomic Wallet in terms of trading one token for another. Now, I know they're not exchanges, but as an exchange, which one does the best? I'm going to start with something that all three can do, which is ETH to OMG. So Exodus, if I have one ETH, I get 142.83. If I go over to Trust Wallet, I get 151.194. And if I go to Atomic Wallet, I get 142.35. So from that perspective and straight trading ETH to OMG, Trust is giving me just over 10 more OMG. So Exodus has ETH priced at the highest value out of the three by a few dollars, but didn't give me the highest amount of OMG. So from an exchange point of view, Trust was able to give me more. But if I wanted something different than OMG, say XLM, let's compare that. Exodus would give me 3,153.23. Trust doesn't have XLM. So there does seem to be a limitation, because XLM is fairly popular. I would be surprised that Trust Wallet doesn't have that as a swap availability. I'm sure it does in the exchange, but then I have to use Binance Coin. I'd have to do a little digging on that as to why it doesn't have XLM. Either way, it is more of a non-custodial wallet and less of an exchange, and there's a good chance I'd be using Binance or Coinbase or Qcoin or Kraken or FTX for the exchanges, which I'm going to do in a different review. Let's look at Atomic Wallet. I get 3,155.157. Exodus was on the bottom for both of the exchanges. I'm more inclined to use, well, depending on what I'm exchanging. I mean, I got way more out of the OMG tokens from Trust Wallet, whereas Trust couldn't do XLM, and I got slightly more XLM out of Atomic. So I think until I have the information about how the exchange apps work, I need to look at it from a staking point of view and from an ERC20 point of view. I need to do a little more digging and find out about this private key business as to why Exodus is not wanting to support the ERC20 tokens from a security point of view, and see if there's something to that. And if that's the case, I'm happy with Exodus. Otherwise, I am leaning towards Trust or Atomic. Trust being owned by Binance, Atomic, which at least gives a little bit more decentralization because it's not owned by one of the big companies, but is based out of Estonia. Am I concerned about that? I don't know. Still undecided, but maybe in the comments below, people can give me some compelling evidence as to why I should go with one of those three or a different wallet that's non-custodial, enables me to earn passive income on tokens by staking, and is able to work with Canadian currency as a comparison.